Oh, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. It is midnight my time. I know I've been on all day, off and on all day. Um, Welcome to Late Night with Mike Miller. I hope you're all doing all right tonight. I'm just gonna have a nice laid back kind of chat with you, and well, we'll just see where we are in a little bit. We have one viewer popping in, and hopefully some more will be joining soon. But honestly, you guys must be a little bit sick of me by this point. Let me see if I can fix my mic so it is pointing in the right direction. That's right. I've rigged up my mic from my Xbox Turtle Beaches so that it sits on my desk rather than having to cover my ears up because I get all hot and sweaty and my ears get all red. Anyways, so wow, it's been a remarkable day. 24 hours ago, well, not 24 hours ago now, but you know, it was 24 hours. We reached $18,000 on the Indiegogo for Lone Star, and I am quite pleased with that, seeing as how there was very little push from like Ethan or I don't know if I don't know because I wasn't watching his stuff, so I was just watching mine. But there, I wasn't on his show. He didn't come on mine. He was going to, but I don't know what happened. I guess he got too busy drawing, which is totally understandable. He's got got a comic book to produce, so I'm actually okay with that. I'm actually kind of happy because it means that most, if not all, of the $18,000 that we, the Lone Star Squadron, got collectively or built up collectively over the last 24 hours was it was us. It was this community of the people who follow me on Twitter, the people who follow me on who have subscribed to me and watch me on YouTube, who are invested in what I am doing, and now what you are doing as sort of investors. I think there's some legal reason you're not supposed to use that terminology, but as partners. Probably a legal reason not to use that either. Let's see. What is a really good word for someone who is there buying in early, supporters? Gosh, let's just call you teammates. You know, you're the squadron. You are the squadron. So the Lone Star Squadron has done something I find pretty phenomenal. $18,000 in 24 hours. And it's just us, baby. It's just us. So yeah, here's to you guys. I'm going to raise a glass of some fine Guinness, which, yes, I have already drank half of it. But here's to all of you who are supporting Lone Star and the future with Blacklist Comics. I love every single one of you. And I hope that you're with me for the long haul because we're going to do a lot together. We're going to build this city. We're going to build this city on, well, not rock and roll. But, you know, it's going to be great. Jesse Miller says we are at 18,360. You know, praise the Lord and pass the beer. That's fantastic. Thank you. Oh, Guinea. You know, I had my first Guinness with Ed McGuinness. We were at Chicago C2E2 a few years ago. Ed's one of my best friends, and for those of you who don't know, he's like the #1 comic book artist at Marvel right now. He's working on the #1 Avengers book. He is a great person. I love him to death. And someday I'll take him away from Marvel and hire him for Blacklist Comics. That is my goal. But, you know, he's got a family to feed, so he's got to stick it out there and stick to his contract and all that fun stuff. But yeah, we were at Chicago Comic-Con, and you know, we're going to the little shop by the hotel, the little market, and he's like, you got to get a Guinness. You got to get Guinness. He just loves Guinness, and so I grabbed a Guinness, and then I told him to grab a Miller. So we took a picture together. Ed McGuinness holding a Miller and Mike Miller holding a Guinness. Oh, I'm sorry, Depressive. You hate toasts with long speeches. The toast is over. The speech, that's what you came here for, baby. You come here to listen to me ramble on all night long, all day long. I don't even know how many hours I have done today. Holy cow. I want Ravage to hit 35,000. They have 24 hours left. What's Ravage at right now? I haven't been paying attention to anything but Lone Star. I have been a little bit obsessed. You kind of do a good job by yourself. Thank you, Impressive. Thank you, thank you. There's only 9 of you. It is 12 o'clock here, so it's 3 o'clock Eastern. God-awful hours other places on the planet, I imagine. So, yeah. Wake up the sage known as Edwin Boyette. Edwin is 5 hours behind me, so it's like just past dinner time for him. I think he's done for the night, so they're only like $400 off. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Well, yeah, please, by all means, if you haven't subscribed to Ravage yet, or not subscribed, if you haven't checked out Ravage yet, go to Indiegogo. I don't have the link, but Indiegogo, Ravage, All Men Must Die, Chuck Dixon. Do that kind of a search. I mean, if you're done already supporting me, then please, and you have a little more money to spend, then please go support Ravage. Chuck Dixon, he's the man, and he deserves your support. So please, please. I am not gonna beg, but just a deed. So please go do that. Okay. Pop Team Epic is on to Nami. It's like Robot Chicken, but not as funny. Wow, that was almost rhythmic. Dix Huffer Dixon. Check on Seth. All right. Well, I actually wanted to read an article. I'm just gonna go ahead. Where did I put it? All right. It's from the LA Times. Superheroes are thriving in movies and on TV, but comic books lag behind. This title encompasses everything that Comicsgate has been complaining about for as long as Comicsgate has been complaining, and before Comicsgate has been complaining. Everyone who saw the SJWs taking over and dismantling the industry that we have all loved all our lives is summed up in that title. Thank you, LA Times, for finally noticing. All right. There's no hotter commodity in pop culture than Marvel Comics superheroes, obviously. They're the powerhouse behind 4 hit films this year. And on television, they're featured in 10 live-action series. I'm sorry. I think I need more. I'm abridging a bit. Don't expect a break during the commercials either, where Marvel Creations are the costume pitchmen for several companies as well. There is one sector, however, where Marvel heroes are not soaring to new heights, one in which they struggle to find new fans, and in a wry twist, it's in their original medium, the pages of Marvel Comics. I bet you, and I haven't read this article, but I bet you the LA Times never considers the root problem. Marvel Comics, which introduced the world to such characters as Avengers, blah, 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 is still the brand to beat in its sector, Over the past decade, Marvel has locked down the #1 spot in its annual market share competition with rivals including DC, Image, and Dark Horse. No IDW this year. What happened to IDW? For those who don't know, IDW lost like $80 million or something in the last year because of their really bad choices of hiring Aubrey Sitterson to write G.I. Joe, among other less than genius moves. But the picture is less rosy when Marvel competes with its own past. Today's comics sell 1/10 the numbers Marvel expected in the 60s and 70s. Glory days when the comic books were cheaper than candy bars and just as easy to find at the nation's newsstands, corner markets, and drugstores. Yeah, because they were at the nation's newsstands, the corner markets, and at drugstores. Now, well, they say it themselves. Now, a new comic book costs $4 to $6, and the only shelves they reach are the 2,500 comic book specialty shops doing business in the US and Canada. And I don't even think it's 2,500 anymore. Oh, and even that number is in decline as stores lose their leases or downsize to online merchants. So I should stop commenting because everything I comment, they seem to say in the next next sentence. There's an even steeper challenge for young consumers. Could any comic book ever stack up against video games, smartphones, and Pixar films? Well, yeah, a lot of kids are reading comic books on their smartphones. So kids will read comics if they're entertaining and will keep their attention. All monthly comics by Marvel, DC, and other leading publishers reach readers through Maryland-based Diamond Comics distribution. Yes, we tend to call that a monopoly, which reported that in 2017, single-issue sales were down more than 10%. Oof. While graphic novels were down more than 9%. That's a tough hit to take. And in 2017, I wonder what the problem is with comics nowadays. In an economy that is soaring thanks to our great and glorious leader Donald Trump, somehow comic books cannot withstand. Oh, sorry, that's not from the article. I'm just babbling. Next week, the New York-based Marvel Comics will bring its top creative talent to Comic-Con International San Diego, the largest pop culture convention in the world. Fans will hear about major new publishing directions for Captain Marvel and the Fantastic Four, as well as plans for the company's 80th anniversary celebration in 2019. Marvel will be thrilled by any celebration after a bumpy 2017 in which it endured a revolt. Well, they're just going to skip right over this, aren't they? A minor retailer revolt against the political frickin' puke that they've been dumping on their readership and sticking their retailers with these pre-bought books that they cannot sell. Okay, I'm being diversity in comics right now. I need to stop. Due to ordering policies on high demand releases, but then sparked a cultural debate when an executive blamed diversity efforts for sales setbacks. I like this article. The year ended on a happier note, with respected industry veteran C.B. Cebulski taking the reins as editor-in-chief. A move hailed widely as a good step toward an energizing brand that in recent years has been vague in its editorial decision amid notable talent defections. Yeah, CB didn't fix anything, did he, though? CB was not the man to fix this problem. The panel presentations will put Marvel editors face to face with impassioned longtime fans who, like Star Wars followers, oh wait, this is where they try to debase the fans. Many of them dressed in tights. So not only does Marvel and the editorial look down upon the fans, so does the freaking LA Times. I'm gonna finish this up and drink some water. I love the foam. The foam like tickles your lip as you're drinking. Mm. I thank you, my dear, wonderful friend Ed McGinnis, for introducing me to the Guinness. I just never wanted to try it before. I think the only time I ever had Guinness was when I had I'd have like a black and tan at a bar. Anyways, back to the Los Angeles Times. Funny, furious, never apathetic. The die-hard Marvel readership were nicknamed true believers back in the 1960s when the publisher promoted itself as the House of Ideas. Oh, how Marvel has fallen. They introduced a level of melodrama, humor, and trippy cosmic mythology. Yeah, that was all Kirby, man. That instantly reinvented the staid superhero tablet that had been set in the FDR era by Superman, Batman, blah, blah, blah. Like today's Marvel films, the energy of those 1960s comics issues won over a wider and older audience than previous superhero fanfare. And blah, 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 history, yada, yada, yada. Monthly comics appeal to longtime fans. Curious fans of screen heroes managed to take comic and recognize blah, blah, blah. It adds up to a frustrating disconnect, according to Heidi McDonald, editor-in-chief of The Beat, a comics industry blog. Oh, I should send her my press release. Heidi McDonald, The Beat. I should send you my press release. You probably already have it. I had a really big press PR push. With Marvel Comics, let's do a Heidi McDonald. With Marvel Comics, they're definitely down from where they were 5 years ago, even as the movies have gotten huge, McDonald said. But over that time, there's also been #1 in the direct market for something like 99% of the time. So their point of view is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The movies, and to a lesser extent the television shows, have made Marvel a household brand name. And when you have a film that is tied closely to a specific storyline, like the film Logan, which was based on the graphic novel Old Man Logan, there is definitely interest in that title. But when you see the brand power outside of comics, the question people ask is, are they doing as much as they could with that? No. It's not even a question. They've specifically steered all of the Marvel storylines so far askew from what fans and kids are going to the theaters and falling in love with that it's unrecognizable. It's unrecognizable. You guys all know this. I don't need to rehash it all. Few people in Hollywood have more history with comic book adaptation than Michael Olsen, who began writing comic books. That was the case for years. The big superhero movies brought new fans into comics, but it's not the case now. I wonder why. The biggest comic book movies now have little or zero impact on comic sales. The movies aren't rescuing comics, they're replacing them. So now I really worry about comics, and any entertainment medium can't connect with new generations. Doesn't it have one foot in the grave? Okay, you know what? I'm good friends with the largest comic book retailer in San Diego. He's got like 9 stores in San Diego alone. Several of them, or at least one I know, is literally the store you see when you walk out of the movie theater at the mall, right? And I've heard this from him. The kids come in there, and I've heard it from his employees. The kids come in there, and they want to see Steve Rogers, American Patriot, Captain America. They want to see Chris freaking Hemsworth, manly man Thor, right? They want to see Bruce Banner, Hulk. They want to see Peter Parker, Spider-Man. They want to see everything they just saw on the screen, right? And they go to grab a comic book and none of it's there. And then they have the mothers bring their children over to the counter and they ask, and they're like, well, yeah, you might want to go back and get this old graphic novel. Some graphic novel from the 80s, like reprinted in black and white. And how, okay, Marvel Comics owns, like this article says, Marvel Comics owns the properties that people, if you were an independent comic book publisher, and say Marvel movies weren't comic books already, you would give your eye teeth, you would freaking cut your arm off to get the license to do Marvel movies as comic books because they are so huge. And you know what you would do when you got that license? You would take the movies and you would make comics that resembled what was happening in the movies and branch out from there into other stuff. Don't sit there, LA Times and Heidi McDonald, and wonder why it's not working anymore. It worked in the past, but somehow I can't figure out how it's not working today. You are a gaggle of morons. Gosh, I'm complaining. This gets me upset because this industry is my freaking livelihood. This industry is something I've been a part of since I was a kid, going to the comic book store and buying these books, which, by the way, was in the 80s, which, by the way, is the era that they're taking all of the freaking movies from. Okay, you know what? That's enough. I don't even want to go through the rest of it. It's just upsetting me. Let's see what, if anything, my fine friends in the chat have to say. I'm going to start with the newest and work backwards and then jump back. Exactly. Maybe Lone Star should be saving the white people in the safe neighborhoods. Just don't think things through, but we do. What? Huh? Dad, is Captain America still fighting Nazis? No, son. He is a Nazi. Well, don't put a fine point on it, Razdoc. Marvel brought back Jean Grey to fight for equal pay in the workforce. Yeah. 80s X-Men is by far, I believe, the best era of X-Men, bar none. Chris Claremont, John Byrne, Paul Smith. I gotta admit, I bowed out when John Romita Jr. came in because he was a poor man's Paul Smith at the time. He came into his own art-wise later on, and I love JRJR, who I also believe is one of us. Shh, keep that on the down low. I have to read the chat in order? Okay, fine. All right, morning, Mike. Morning, Zero. Is my anime night on Toonami and you're still streaming? Oh, sorry. Where did I start talking? Poop Team Epic. Dix Alfred Dixon. Okay, Coast to Coast. Are you Art Bell's real legacy? Good afternoon. Good. I can't really do an Art Bell. Good. I can't get that deep. Art Bell had such a deep voice. It was great. From the high desert. Hey, Chris, you wanna jump on here? Let me know. I'll bring you up. Ravage, Jawbreakers, Lone Star, Ironsides, Red Rooster, Cyberfrog, Trump Space Force have made over 1 million through Indiegogo. Yeah, in like 2 months, right? We're freaking changing the paradigm of comic books in this country. So don't you freaking think otherwise. SJWs don't like that you can make money being nice to your customers. Seems foreign to them for some reason. Yes, because, and gosh, I don't want to repeat myself all the time, but they truly, truly, truly believe that if you don't think like them, there's something wrong with you. They truly think that anyone who is of good, moral, upstanding, ethical, and kind-hearted will accept and believe everything they do. And if you do not, it can only be that you are mentally defective, that you are an imbecile, or that you are evil. And thereby, they may reject you without pause. So that is the explanation. I say it all the time. Sorry, I had to say it again. I read Marvel solicitations, and it's all, nope, no way, nope, 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 nope. Yeah, I know, right? That's solo money. Evening, folks. Evening, Grant. Oh, you're back. Elric. People like me read manga, and kids these days read manga more than comics. Yeah, it's true. It's true. They read manga on their phones more than they read manga in books. I just buy old comics. That's where the good ones are, Brad. Stan Lee on digital comics. Comics are like tits. They look great on a computer, but I'd rather have them in my hands. Yeah, but you're not really having them in your hands. What you're having is them on paper. So what you're saying is you'd rather look at porn on paper than on a phone. Okay. I have not read X-Men in 15 years. I have not read X-Men in a long time. I can't even tell you the last time I picked up an X-Men was. Although no, I have read like an X-Men Red because oh no, I didn't. Diversity in Comics read it. I just watched him read it. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's getting late, isn't it? I'm sorry guys. I've been live streaming like off and on all day long trying to get people to support my goal of taking over the world of comic books. Are you with me? I can't hear you because you're not mic'd up. And anyways, audio. Is there something wrong with my audio? Is there something wrong with my microphone? Eggs here. Hey, Uncle Mike. Aloha, Uncle Mike. You were called racist until I told him you're half Japanese, and then he called you prejudice, all because Lone Star was beating up stereotypical Mexican gang members. By whom? Tell me who you're talking about. House of kinda. Oh, House of M kinda did not suck. House of M. I think I did read some of House of M. Start my vacation tomorrow. Think I'll have a Guinness with lunch. Yeah, I got 3 more in the fridge. I might go grab another one, but I might be doing this by the end of the stream. I'm not sure. From true believers to racists and Nazis. I wonder where the problem lies. I know, right? These AdWordsers got it down. Dang, streaming again. Yes, I am. Jesse Miller hated Logan, and Wolverine is his favorite damn character. Really? You hated Logan? I honestly never forgave the casting of Hugh Jackman as Logan. I know it's weird because everybody loves him. But, dude, Logan's 5'3", and it's part of his character. And it just kind of... MS-13 isn't a stereotype. It's a real thing. I want to know who you were arguing with. Jeff, End of Watch was insane. Disney Star Wars put out a Star Wars manga based on one of the new books for The Force Awakens. The art is good, but dear God, the story sucks. And not one alien in it. Jesse Miller. The only thing about all this that kills me. I love the guys at my old comic shop, yet I don't go anymore. So there's nothing you can find at a comic shop that's worth buying. I mean, I know you don't want to like buy everything just to try it, but if the guys there are cool guys and they probably read a lot of stuff, I'm sure there's something you can find, isn't there? I mean, I don't mind you saying no and just buying Lone Star all day long, but the corruption hasn't corrupted every single comic out there. I can't imagine. Actually, maybe it has. I don't know. I even told him I'm Mexican, and I'm glad Lone Star was kicking their ass. I was like, is Lone Star not supposed to save the black girl from getting raped and killed? Okay, Egg, dude, where was this conversation? Is this on Twitter? If it is, tag me. I need to read this. Soy Avengers and X Privilege. You guys are funny. Marvel is in a foot shooting contest. Marvel, I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys. Marvel is in a foot shooting contest with DC. Apparently, I think Marvel is winning. DC seems to be stepping up their game, though. So we'll find out. Iron Man is a chick, Dad. Sorry, son. Yep. He's a teenage brat. And I loved Marvel, but when they reset from the original universe, started in 1960, the story was forced to stop, and it killed it. When did Marvel reset their universe? Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I've seen bookstores in Australia that have basically just ordered a bunch of old omnibus and stuff in time for every movie release. It's basically the only thing paying their rent. Yeah. Why can't they just make their books great? It's the House of Ideas. I mean, I know why they can't. I know why they can't. It's their prime directive. Their prime directive is to convert all the young minds, all the young readers into brainless little SJW morons like themselves. All right. Not for long, sadly. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Where am I? Oh my gosh. There's a lot more in here than I thought. Oh, okay, here we are. Equal pay, 80s X-Men, hell yeah. Hell yeah, 80s X-Men is a friggin' bomb. I have to read the chat in order. Okay, that's where I started. 100% right, Star-Lord is popular right now and should have a current series. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Star-Lord is so popular. And he should look like freaking Chris Pratt. So good. I really like Jim Lee's art, but I started checking out around then. Claremont left and I was done. Yeah, how long after Claremont left did Jim leave? I know Scott was writing it for a while. But really, I mean, from what was it, the late 70s until the early 90s, Claremont had like the definitive run on X-Men. He had some of the great stories. And I don't think I don't know, has he done anything to that can compete with that? That just the quality of the writing, and truth be told, I'm sure it had a lot to do with the people he was working with. I mean, John Byrne is no slouch as a comic book writer. As much of a failure as a human being he might be, he's still an incredible talent. So, looking for UFOs and Bigfoot talk. Tonight on Coast to Coast, is the Earth really flat, or are these people out of their minds? Uh, if we're gonna go coast to coast, maybe we should talk about that. Because I can tell you almost all the arguments. Because my friend, who I shall not dox, yeah, is all in on the flat Earth theory, and so I could, so out of you know love for him, I watched all the videos he sent me, and then I watched some others on the subject. So I'm pretty well educated on what and why flat earthers believe. Man, I need some like eye drops or something. Eyes are like dry. The shadow lizard people. As a shadow lizard triggered, uh, not a chupacabra, but I once beat a drop bear to death with a football. Yeah, gosh, man, Art Bell was so great, wasn't he? I used to listen to him for just like sometimes I would listen to him his entire show, which was like super long, right? Like, because I worked at night, and so I would be on there like, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be, wherever you are in this great. I forget the whole opening. Um, Man, he filled a lot of nights with a lot of interesting stuff. Um, Filled my imagination with stuff that would have made for some great stories. Pretty sure the guys that wrote X Files just listened to him nonstop. This is nuts, but if all of you boys work together, you might be able to buy DC. Hell, even Marvel, if the Star Wars SJW stuff continues to kill Disney's money. You know, if they all just keep killing it the way IDW killed G.I. Joe, you might be right. You might be onto something there, buddy. Let's see. I just gotta update from Indiegogo. Indiegogo. Trump's Space Force is up to 23,601. It is one day ahead of me. Do you guys think we can get there in the next 24 hours? Where's mine? Here we go. Lone Star Heart of the Hero is up to $18,470. I'm not going to promise to stay on here until I hit $20,000 because I'm tired and we have church in the morning. But I will shout out Justin Roy, Early Bird Special, Nathan M. Pilard, Cover B autographed, AS, undisclosed name, so I'm just doing the signatures, Early Bird Special, and Josh Hayes, Lone Star #1, Cover B. So, thank you all. 18,498. So halfway between 18 and 19. Oh, I do need eye drops. This is driving me nuts. So what we got going on? I must have misplaced, or I must have mislabeled your anthropomorphic humanoid species. My bad. Marvel is going to kill itself. But when? And is someone going to be there to pick up the pieces and rebuild that wonderful, wonderful company after all these guys have just done everything they can? I mean, wouldn't that be wonderful if you could just, if you had the money to buy Marvel from DC or from Disney and just erase all of the horrific books that never should have happened and have like a Dallas moment where Spider-Man, Peter Parker, wakes up, gets in the shower, and realizes it was just all a bad dream. For those of you who are too young to remember, there was a show called Dallas in the 80s. Again with the 80s. And there was, It was just this famous thing. Everybody, because it was before cable, or it was right at the beginning of cable. But so you had like 3 choices to watch. You had ABC, NBC, CBS, right? And so this is an argument I make all the time. Cable ruined the group experience, the national group experience of only having three real channels. I mean, you had PBS, but what they had, like, documentaries on how otters breed or something. And so you'd have Dallas, Night Court, or Three's Company, whatever it is. And like, so a third of the people or more would be watching Dallas. And so the main character was JR. J.R. Ewing from Texas, obviously. It was called Dallas. And somebody shot him, right? I think it was at the end of one season. Somebody shot JR, like on the last episode. And so all summer, like, people were talking, who shot JR? Who do you think shot JR? It was like this national craze of everybody trying to figure out who shot JR, right? And so then the whole next season was like a giant episode of Clue. Like, everyone was trying to figure out who shot JR, who this guy did, this guy, he had the motivation. They did a Simpsons episode where they mocked this entire thing. And then, like, the last episode of the next season, JR's brother, Bobby Ewing, wakes up, takes a shower, and somehow realizes that it was all a dream. The whole season and the last episode from the previous season was all a dream, and JR was never shot. It's yeah, so it's just this neat. It's this thing where when you limit your choices, and now we're so fracturized, so fragmented that we each have our own stinking channels. I have a channel. YouTube is our TV now, and I have a channel. And instead of you guys watching something that can connect you with a third of the population, you're watching me with 41 other people. None of you know each other in the real world. So the only place you can communicate together is on Twitter. I don't know. It's fragmenting, and it's depressing in a sense. But hey, Jacob Bear. Jacob Bear! Are you on, Jacob? Or are you just buying stuff? Because, all right, Jacob Bear got Lone Star #1. And Joshua Stevens got digital comic version. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold on, my friend Ben is texting me. Congrats on the success of your Dream Go campaign. You already surpassed your goal and designed really sweet black. Long live the new mic and Blacklist Comics. Cool stuff. Yeah, just wanted to say awesome. Thanks, I'm on live. Thanks. I'm live streaming. Live streaming. If you want to join. Ben Herrera, artist of Star, Freak Force, and a number of other comics. Currently working for Will Callaghan on one of his comics. But he's one of my best friends too. And he is in Greece, I believe, right now. Excuse me. Excuse me. Audio good. Audio sounds fine. Great, great, great. Explain what a slab is. I'll show you what a slab is. So there's this company called CGC, Comics Grading Corporation, or something like that. Hello, Elijah. And what they do is they'll take a comic book, and they will, how comics get graded for like fine, very fine, whatever. Well, they'll give it a number grading, and then they will take that comic book. You're not going to play games, right? It's bedtime. And they will seal it in this rigid plastic case. right? So that the grading it's an official grading. It's sealed. If you break the case open, then you've got to get it regraded, basically. And what happens is, say you can take this, just pretend this Walking Dead in very fine condition at the maybe it's a special issue or something, and at the comic book store and in Overstreet Price Guide or whatever, say this is worth $10. Slabbing it for some reason, probably because it's about the authenticity and the certification, and that you can't get ripped off, essentially, because nobody's going to take the time and money to, well, I don't know, maybe, but they've got these holographic stickers that you can't fake, and they're inside the plastic, so you can't take them out. And then they're barcoded. Gosh, I wouldn't be surprised if these things end up on the blockchain soon. But say it's a $10 comic outside of the case, slab it, and it becomes, in some cases, $100, $200. Like, okay, example, Spawn #1. There's millions and millions of Spawn #1s out there, right? You could probably pick one up for 10 to 20 bucks any day of the week at any store. I've seen Spawn #1 slabbed in these freaking things for like 300 bucks. So that's what slabbing does. And I offered the slabbing because a retailer was requesting it, because she said they could sell them all day, all night at her store. And so I made them available in bulk at 50 bucks a piece. So you'd have to buy 5 and you get, 250 bucks. Now, at $50, it actually cost me a decent amount of money to slab a comic book. Like, if you say I sent you a comic book and you're like, well, I'm going to go get this graded. You take it to CGC. I believe you're going to pay over $30 to have them grade and slab it, right? I get it a little cheaper if it's my own book that I'm producing, but still, like, just the comic and graded, if you're doing it yourself, that's 50 bucks, right? So I'm selling them individually for 100, but I'm selling them for 5. 5 at hold on a second. 5 for 50 bucks each. That's a wholesale price. I'm really not going to make a lot of money on that, and it's going to be a pain in the ass. Gosh, maybe I should not have offered that, but it's too late. It's already on there, so whatever. Look back to your book. Look forward to checking out. Get time printing or thanks. I'm live streaming. Which stream? All right. So that's a slab. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Sunday is a new day full of money. Slab equals week in Romanian? That's odd. Does that mean it is sealed? Yes, yes, very, very sealed. You cannot open it unless you break it open. Oh, sorry, you guys are gonna hear that buzzing, huh? I need to put this on something so you don't hear it every time it buzzes. All right. I thought he was pretty good as Logan. No, see, his acting was great. I think he's a great actor. I love him as an actor. I love him in almost everything he's been in. I don't love him as Logan, and it's only because he's a freaking giant. He was bigger than Colossus. How stupid did that fastball special look when the guy who's the bigger guy was being picked up by the little guy to do the fastball special. At least they could have like bulked up Colossus to like he looks in Deadpool. But anyways, yeah. You know, a small scrapper. That's what I want out of Logan. And I really wish, you know. Anyways. I at you on Twitter to the post. The dude's name is Ryan C. Trash Film Guru. He was defending that other dude, Chris Eckert, at Kenny Bloggins. Oh, was this when I said that it's cute that he's trying to get like likes from bad mouthing me or something like that? I'll have to go look it up. Do I have a link? Jacob, do you not know how to use Blacklist Universe? Boop. All right. I have all the spawns. Am I rich? If they're all in like absolute mint condition and you get them slabbed, you have a much better chance of making a decent amount of money off of them. Oh my gosh. Talk, yada, 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 bum, 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 bum. Oh, wow, you guys really went up there. Okay, let's see. Let me scoot up here so I can see better because my eyes are dried out and I can't see crap. All right. Night, guys. Night Thundero, Marvel's next big character, Spider, Wolverine, Hulk, Gwen. See, good stuff. DC won't be outshooted. Outfoot shooted. Yeah, right. Detective in league yet. Logan seem phoned in, and he's a foot taller than Wolvie. Yeah. Comic shop. Point. I'll send it to my books. Comics case stuff when I get it. Sorry, let me find something I actually want to talk about. I'm not reading all of them. I'm getting better. Mike, I was agreeing with Egg Chen. Whoever was talking to said the gang was a stereotype, but you actually used a real gang that is a current problem. Sorry if I sounded too serious for this chat. No, legit. Yeah, let them think I'm a racist. I honestly don't give a rat's butt what any of those guys thinks or says about me. Sorry. Uh-oh. Flat Earth time. Get Edwin on. He could pull off Art Bell. Ooh, Edwin probably could. I wonder if he listened to him in the olden days. Yeah, Art was gone, what about 2000? Didn't he quit? But man, he was one of the earliest websites to have all of his stuff archived. I remember that. Kangaroos ain't real. Love the ghost stuff. Hey, Mike. Hi, everyone. It's Rooster Puncher in the chat. Is the Indiegogo going better or worse than you thought, or about where you thought it would be at this time? I didn't think. I had hoped that I would have been comparable more to Red Rooster than to Trump Space Force. And perhaps the fact that Trump Space Force came out the day before hobbled me a little bit. It seems like between me and Trump Space Force, we're doing about what Red Rooster did, but in the same time frame. So maybe some of those people are getting Space Force. Some of them will get mine later, and vice versa. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm happy with 18,000 in 24 hours. You can believe I'm happy. So, yeah. Ravage needs 300. Rooster is 85. Yeah, yeah. But day one, it was like 47, I think. I think it was 47 on day one, which is considerably more than I did, but I'm not complaining. Matt Schneider just bought both covers and autographed. Thank you, Matt Schneider. I will be sending that to you September way. Some idiot in Germany was coming at me on Twitter because I disagree with pedophilia. That's the next one. The slippery slope is sliding. Can you imagine 20 years ago, anybody arguing that we should let transvestite men in 2 bathrooms with little girls? Can you imagine that 20 years ago? In the farthest reaches of your mind, could you have thought, yeah, that's a fight people will hang their hat on? No freaking way. And the same thing is going to happen with pedophilia. I'd put money on it. I would put money on it. The slippery slope, man, right down into the gates of hell. I would just pull the bullet from Deadpool's head. Didn't make sure him come knock on our... Come and knock on our door. Ah, you're bringing me back to Three's Company. I know the whole theme song. Take a step that is new, where the kisses are hers and his. Three's Company too. Come and dance on our floor. Take a step that is new. Hell yeah, fill it with YouTubers and people that deserve a break. Kind of wish this was back when all these books were out. Waiting sucks. But you will have to wait the least for my book out of everybody else's books. When is Red Rooster due out? Like, did he say February? Cyberfrog is due out in... Did he say November? Mine's in September. So I'm like the last one on, and I'll be the first one delivering. So, and it's because I already had 20 pages done. So I kind of had a head start on production already. So, like I said, I've been planning this for a while. Legion and Franklin Richards need to get into a tussle and restart the whole universe. Legion, Franklin Richards, and Nate Gray X-Man should become like the Trinity and reboot the Marvel Universe. Not gonna happen. Oh, and Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch could help too. They have way too many overpowered characters in Marvel. It's crazy. Dallas played at my house every day when I was a kid. Bobby Ewing bit was reused in Family Guy and in Simpsons. Yeah, I said it earlier. Who Shot Mr. Burns? Yeah, that's on. Congrats on getting funded. Thank you, Lord Asserman. Can you explain how Fonzie jumped a shark for us next? No. Although I am old enough that I did watch Happy Days in primetime. JR, shot JR. Spoilers. I bought all these people beers in the real world, Mike. Keep up with Comicsgate news. What kind of beer? Grolsch. I was drinking Guinness earlier. Now I'm drinking water because I can't really talk when I'm drinking Guinness for some reason. Oh wow, Star. Let's forget about that. Slab is 30 cans of beer. You will undoubtedly have dips and lulls, then surges and spikes with funding. Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna be pimping up during Comic-Con. I'm gonna give out 2,400 cards with the Lone Star comic information on it. I'm gonna be pitching it and pimping it as much as humanly possible to anyone and everyone that'll listen. And then after Comic-Con, I'm going to take some of the money I make from Comic-Con and I'm going to start doing an ad blitz. on Facebook and on a bunch of the webcomic sites. Um, so, yeah, I've got a plan, and it does not just include having Ethan Van Sciver pimp my book for me. That would all be gravy on top of everything else I have planned. So I'm gonna hustle my butt off. I gotta work for my monies. I don't expect anybody to hand me nothing. So yeah, I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad you're supporting. I can't believe there's 53 of you watching, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I appreciate you. Uh, James Chavez, Lone Star for the troops. Thank you, James. Thank you very much. My favorite thing is when somebody gets the Lone Star for the troops version. So thank you again. Thank you. It gets less fragmented as your subbase grows. One day we will unite the world. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I've jumped up to over 1,000 from where did I start? I think I was at like 163 or something just a few weeks ago. Just a few weeks ago. And bada boom, bada bing. It's a wonderful thing. Does Lone Star drink beers? Yeah, Lone Star drink beers. Um, I think Lone Star would be like. Well, I think it'd just be silly if you drank Lone Star beer, right? You know, there's Lone Star beer, but you have to get it in Texas. Um, I don't know. Maybe he's a. What kind of beer would Lone Star drink? Would he drink like a Pabst, a Corona, or a Bud? Ugh. Or would he go for something good like a Newcastle Brown? What do you guys think? What should be Lone Star's choice? Personally, I think he'd probably go with like a Corona. 30 bucks in Wisco. Yeah, way off on the American lingo. Good dadding. Good dadding? Oh, telling him to go to bed? That was a while ago. Just finished reading. One of the best things to draw digitally. How does that work? The best things to draw? You mean the best tools? Just get a Wacom tablet. Although I hear my brother swears by the iPad Pro, is it? With the pencil, the stylus and everything. He does all kinds of stuff on that. Oh, my brother's going to be here this week. It'll be fun to be ignoring him while I'm doing my live stream. How was the reread? Okay, I will slab it. How much does it cost to slab them? How much does it cost me, or how much does it cost if you're gonna do it? If you're gonna do it, it's over $30. I don't remember the exact price. If I do it, it's around 15. Although I haven't priced that out lately, so they might have changed it. I should get back in those. I thought slabbing was something the mob did. That is a different definition of the word. Not even joking. I have a copy of The Simpsons Radioactive Man from the 90s. Nice. I hate slabs. They turn comics meant to be read into trading cards. Oh, and the overpriced street guide is a joke. Always was. I'm old and grumpy. Get off my lawn. Red. I have Ren and Stimpy 1 through 10. The first issue still have seals because it comes with a stink sticker. You mean like the oversized Ren and Stimpy? Oh no. That was John Kricfalusi's comic book. Look at me. I'm tired. Magic Nose Goblet Collection. I have all of the spawns. Am I? Oh yeah. No, you can have my figures and postage. $12.49. Um, Dude, Logan next to Puck. Yeah, right? Puck's like a foot shorter than Logan, right? I think. The first 10 issues of Spawn, I'm having ramen for dinner night, so I'd say no, not rich. Dude, I have like 10 copies of Spawn #1. I should send those in to get slabbed. Marvel artists got so lazy they took the armor lines off of Colossus. Did they really? Dude, that's no, you can't do that. Agent Cub, I guess that is you, Jacob Bear. What's up, buddy? Oh, what size bag and board are you going to be for with Lone Star? You're Englishing very badly. I'm going to use the bag and boards that fit the comics. So, yeah. I like Mike. He actually sees my comments. LOL. Falling into destiny. Hey, if anybody here hasn't, and I'm sure all of you have, except maybe Jacob, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And like this video right now. Every single one of you. I'm at 27 likes and 55 of you are watching. Come on now. Come on. But then again, I also have all the Avengers 2 through 500. Wow. So you're rich in comics, if not in cash. But hey, you know what? Those Avengers will be worth more than the cash they're worth now in 10 years because cash keeps going down and comics will go up. Every time you purchase a copy of Lone Star, SJW catches the flu during a nude protest. Miller seems cool as his comic might not be bad. And his comic might not be bad. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out yet, I feel like this is redundant. Were you guys all here earlier? I think you guys were all here earlier. But maybe I should do it for the sake of people who aren't here yet. So let me... Man, did you guys hear me and Edwin do the dramatization of the comic earlier? That was fun. All right, let me screen share. Man, I am not looking great. All right, and then let me bump over to Lone Star. Heart of the Hero. All right, we were at 18,327 earlier. Let's refresh. And refreshing it takes time on my computer. Sorry, guys, you have to watch that thing pinwheel for a little while before it shows us that we are at 18,671. 280 of you fine folks have backed it. I'm not going to bother playing the video. Come on now, let me scroll. Let me scroll. All right. I've never read this out loud to you guys. Lone Star, Heart of the Hero is the first of 3 48-page saddle-stitch supersized comic books, launching the beginnings of the Blacklist universe of heroes. I am thrilled to be able to bring you this amazing adventure to life. Bring this amazing adventure to life through the help of fans like you, willing to step outside of your comfort zone and put your faith in a creator to deliver a fun, exciting story about a real American hero, crafted with the love and care that only a father can have over his creation. That's my pitch. I hope you like it. So we've got Lone Star Squadron membership, $5. Digital comic version, $15. 12 claims so far. Cover A and B individually for $20. Cover A and B autographed individually, $25. Both covers autographed, $40. Lone Star for the troops. You will get 2 signed copies. So this tier, $40. And then the rest is we'll send a minimum of 5 copies to the troops. Whoopsie. I don't know what I did. And I always repeat that the more copies I sell, the cheaper the printing gets. So, you know, the copies for the troops are at my cost. So the lower I can get those costs, the more copies I can send. And you know, knowing me, I'll round up, and I'll throw a few extras in there. But yeah, so 14 of you have claimed it, which means 14 times 5, 70. Yeah, 70 copies have purchased minimum for the troops already. So thank you everyone who got that early bird special. Oh, 3/4 of them already gone. There's 100 available, even though it doesn't say that here. I'm going to have to be here when the 100 rolls around so I can delete this from the page. Or not delete, but hide it from the page so it's invisible, because I don't want people buying that. But it will be replaced by an alternate version that is not early bird. It will be late risers special, maybe. Can't get that worm, but I'll get you some cheese. Now, $100 remarked cover B. That is. Oh, I am gonna change this. Someone suggested that I make it remarked cover B plus you get cover A, and I will do that. I will do that for the person who purchased this one, but I will also make it another option. Not right now. Probably tomorrow. But if you are interested in the remarked cover B, you will get cover A also signed in addition. I'm not going to say for free because it's $100, but Lone Star slab. We already discussed slabbing. It's $100 for the first one, $100 for the second cover. The Legion pack is, check this out. So if you're a retailer or you just have 24 friends you want to buy Lone Star for, you just have you can get this. All of them will be signed, and one of them will be remarked. So 24 signed, 12 of each, and then one cover B remark for free. So a total of 25 at $10 a pop. That is a really good deal. And retailers, feel free to buy as many of those as you like. Slab of slabs is 5 slabbed at a wholesale cost of $50 each. Cover A, cover B, $3,000 be a character, $10,000 one original cover. I'm not selling any of the original art except for this one cover, and it's one of these. Actually, it's any one of these you can pick, but I'm only going to let go of one. I'm keeping all of the art for Lone Star to my greedy little self in my grubby little hands. And so all of the preview art is up here. I've got the first 10 pages, the first 7 of which are lettered. I am not going to read them for you. We did that earlier with Edwin in the last video. If you want to check it out, we did a fun little dramatization. So yeah, I do need to change this because it still says Bandadella, or it says MS-13, and I have to change it before they come kill me. So yes. Check it out, LoneStarComic.com, or look it up on Indiegogo, but LoneStarComic.com, easiest way to get there. It's a direct link. So, stop screen sharing, back to Coast AM with Mike Miller. The Matrix tells me it tastes like steak, but there's more for Schnicket than Cecil right now. Mind over matter works. Man, I want monster punching back. I should have taken the blue pill. How long have you slept in the last 24 hours, dude? I look tired, don't I? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I do have to go to bed sometime soon because we got church in the mornings. I can't believe I can still hear the kids up out there. All-American Cornbread, I'll be picking up my issue at the end of the campaign. You do that. The last couple days are always usually as big as the first couple days. So they start strong, they end strong. In the middle, they kind of limp along. So I didn't get a signed copy of Lone Star because I'll see you in November for the Grand Rapids Comic Con. So you're just assuming that I'm going to bring them with me. I don't know if that's a safe assumption. Maybe you should back it, egg. Just make sure you cross-promote on as many channels as you can. Get a spot on so everyone knows it. It's a snowball movement. Well, I'll tell you what. Dude, we're going to be on freaking Sargon. I mean, I can't say it's absolutely certain, but V asked him, and he agreed, and V said he's actually looking forward to it. So, yeah, me and Ethan are going to be on Sargon talking Comicsgate, and I'll be talking Lone Star, and Ethan will be talking Cyberfrog. So, Sargon Avocad. Pretty big deal. Mike can sing. Can I? Can I? Would you like me to? Nostalgia Greta pedals. I saw Suzanne Summers interviewed. Still looks good. Yeah. Mike's half Japanese. Natural at karaoke. And it's not karaoke. It's karaoke. Pizzagate is real. Facelift. Who's got a facelift? Oh, Suzanne Summers. John A. Exactly. I put over $300 in Cyberfrog, so it's Red Rooster and Lone Star with the next check in 2 weeks. I'm sure Mike will see spikes every Friday when people get paid. So what time should I start pressing people for their paychecks on Fridays? What's Red Rooster? What's Red Rooster? That's Mitch Breitweiser's book, man. It's awesome. You got to go check that out too. It's all about Hollow Earth. Okay, I've not done enough research into the Hollow Earth, but I have seen the satellites thing, blah, 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 blah. Oh, sure, I keep yawning. It's almost as if I'm exhausted. I just happened to check YouTube again, and Mike's still up streaming. You are now the West Coast Ethan. Ethan's probably still up, too. It's only 4 o'clock in the morning his time, right? Well, the guy said I need more empathy because I, a father, have zero tolerance for pedos. Turns out he thinks socialism works, too. Gee, go figure. Any time travel comic books? No. I had one time travel comic story. It was called The Loop. It was about a time cop who dude, it's been like 15 years since I thought about, or not thought about, but since I wrote it. Hold on a second. It's 1:17. Get him to sleep. Somebody's got to be the boss. So it was about a time cop whose wife and daughter were brutalized and killed by a vagrant who had just been released from prison. And the only time that he was like on the record in the historical record was the day he got arrested. So the time cop goes back in time, finds someone in the location, causes a disturbance, like breaks a window, and then this kid wanders by and gets arrested. That kid getting arrested gets sent to prison where he spends, or he starts his decline into criminal life. and then ultimately rapes and brutalizes the time cop's uh, um, wife and daughter. And so he gets stuck in this loop of trying to save his wife and daughter, going back through time over and over again, trying different things, trying different ways, always failing. Always this guy ends up killing his wife and daughter. Um, and then one time he's had it and he's given up. And so the little time clock thing goes by when he should have left, and instead he just stays in bed and he surrenders himself to just spending that last night with his wife instead. Um, and then he wakes up the next morning and she's still alive. Unfortunately, they did a movie that was way too similar to that called Looper some 8 years after I had written that story. So no time travel stories for me. Uh, mm, yeah, I flipped out when I saw Looper, the trailer for Looper. Rian Johnson. I should tell this story to Ethan. A whole month to go, right? I hope you make a ton of money dollars. I hope I make a ton of money dollars too. Thank you. Red Rooster is Batman in a barn. Actually, it looks really cool. It does look really cool. It looks fantastic. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. People can only spend so much in a week. I get you, I get you, I get you. Don't pay Facebook, man. You won't get return on investment. You know what? That's not what I hear from a lot of very successful YouTubers. Not YouTubers, crowdfunders. Like I said, a friend of mine does it for a living, makes about $500,000 every single time he does one. But you can like laser target people for advertisement on Facebook. So and it's not terribly expensive either. Hustler, hustler. I gotta hustle, baby. I gotta hustle. It's 1:21 a.m. I'm tired. I gotta hustle. Every time you purchase a copy of Lone Star, SJW forgets their own gender. Keep them coming, Matt. Those are funny. 6 p.m. for you, Australia, representing. Well, why don't I live stream with you, or send you the link to the live stream? You can just keep the live stream going for me, pimp my book all day long until I get up. I need a night shift pimping my book. I work third shift, so it's nice to have late night comics gate streams. Comics gate streams. Still get Uncle E to hawk. He is the 600-pound gorilla. Yes, I will. Rich, Diversity in Comics said he would push it too, but I don't think I've ever really seen him push anything, so I'm just gonna take that with a grain of salt. I think he is far behind in the chat, so that's good. Why is that good? I'm 20 minutes behind. Oh, my neck. You guys are killing me. Killing me. Somebody mentioned I purchased a bunch of it a decade ago. Let's see. Shift, lots of downtime. Started Friday, November, Red Rooster. March. He probably hasn't even started then. Because like I said, I have half of mine done already. Wait, does Lone Star have an old buddy named Schwartz? That would be fun. Oh, that would be funny. That would be funny. No, I can't get that meta. Zima. Miller, genuine draft. It's Miller time. I see your Schwartz. It's as big as mine. Lone Star drink Zima. Man, I saw that in Walmart recently. I can't. It's back. Zima's back. 90s are back, baby. I'm a Corona man. I love Corona. It's as far as like light lagers, it's probably my favorite. I think it's a lager, right? Light. Yeah. Blue Ribbon. Nah, I'm not a fan of Blue Ribbon. Good night, everyone. Good night, Thrall. Good night, Moon. Good night, Cow jumping over the moon. Bud Light, Platinum, or Coors Light. Sorry, it jumped up again. Lone Star should be a whiskey drinker. He's old school pilot, so I'd assume he would drink liquor over beer. You know, a man can do both. Jack Daniels. I think he'd be more of a wild turkey man. I knew a helicopter pilot named Jim Beam. Nice. Half drunk monster punching. He could just drink whiskey. Agent Cub, it's you. His beer brand should be Brightweiser. That's good. John A., I subscribed after I saw the ad you uploaded during EVS's stream last week. All right. Thank you, John. Spread the word. Spread the love. Modern or Silver Age bags. Sorry about the talk to text. Modern. It's going to be modern dimension, modern size. So I'm stealing your Englishing very badly. Coors Banquet beer. Every time you purchase a copy of LONESTAR, an SJW blows the wheatgrass smoothie out of their nose. Falling to Destiny says, yes, the dramatization was awesome. Yeah, it was fun. I watched it over again, too. It was Shakespeare in the Park quality. I wouldn't go that far. I was here when you declared yourself Emperor Emeritus of Comicsgate and the indie scene in your personal fiefdom. You remember that? Solemn bro before Bree. Picture Edwin as a child, but with the same voice. Animate Edwin as a child with the same voice. That would be funny. Lone Star sounds better than Red Rooster, in my opinion. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Edwin looks like Lone Star. Well, his chin does. If you ever do a live action event, I want Edwin to be dressed as Lone Star. Put that voice, bro. It would work. Nobody, not gonna lie, kind of want Lone Star over Blood Honey. Oh, thank you, Brad. Thank you. Appreciate that. How come you're not doing a Remark cover A perk? Because the cover A doesn't leave room. On cover B has a nice little negative space area that I can do a nice little drawing in. Cover A is like filled with detail all the way around it, except for on the top. But on the top is where the logo is going to go. So, yeah, I need space if I want to do a Remark. I don't want to just draw over stuff. It looks bad. For any Comic-Con event, have Edwin walking through the crowd dressed as Lone Star and doing the salutations. Lone Star. Mike, I know I'm being a nag bud, but I thought you were going to update the sketch tier. As soon as you do, then the money will really start rolling in. Update the sketch tier. Oh, do you mean the $200 sketch cover? I gotta get this thing done. Night gang. All right, Uncle Mike, why don't you have the $200 sketch cover listed? I think you might be losing sales with that one not listed. Yeah, I asked that earlier with no answer. Where's the sketch cover? I was thinking about doing that more as a stretch. You think I should do it now? I mean, how many? No, the $200 was not a typo. I'm not going to. See, the sketch cover, it was going to be a limited edition. And that means I have to get the covers printed up separately and then stapled on separately because it's not a process you just slap onto a regular print run. So me having to do all that and then having to do the sketch, blah, blah, blah. And that's not going to be a freaking crap ass little half ass, headshot. It's going to be a sketch, I mean, it's going to be a headshot, probably more along the lines of a bust, but I'm not going to gyp people for $200. Jeep, like V the Gypsy. I had to hurry and rebuild because of the last minute IGG problems. Oh, he had to. Yeah, I did. He lists it as a sketch cover with a head sketch as well. That is $100. No. That is a different one. I had a separate sketch cover, which is a blank sketch cover. I'll do that. I'll do it. I may not do it today or tomorrow. I'll probably do it tomorrow. All right, I'll write it down. Look at all the things you guys are making me do. It's like I am your slave. Rename the gang the G7s. Make them environmental terrorists. Once he gets it straightened out, his numbers will explode. Mark my words. Sargon of Akkad. Go look him up. He's got 800,000 subscribers. Evening or morning, bro. I'll keep jacking up those views. I drive a lot. Right on, Jazzy. I thought that looked tight. I like Sargon. I like Sargon too. Late night Kung Fu audio dub time. Oh, is it all jacked up? I don't know why my computer does that. It drives me nuts. Here, let me try switching back and forth from turn the camera off. Let me do that for about 30 seconds. Uncle, I did back it at $25. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I remembered you doing that. Drive 7 hours, and that's a lot of previous shows to watch. Well, dude, I think I got more than 7 hours worth of stuff up today, brother. I guess I should sub to Sargon then. LOL. Yeah, you should. Let's see. Am I resynced? I look a little bit off. Yes, no. A little bit off, but not bad. Let's go to measure. Mike S. Miller. What? That's all you said? Damn, Sargon, you might top $1 million in sales if you get that exposure, dude. Your lips to God's ears. Sargon wasn't interested in doing it before. And yeah, I bugged V about it again, and I'm like, dude, freaking Comicsgate has made like $1 million. Tell him that. And then I'm like, and then tell him I'll draw him something for free. I'm like, and then just beg him to have me on. And he told him, and he's like, oh, certainly, I think I could do that. So yes, maybe I should work on my Sargon impersonation before I actually get on there, and that way it would be like those two Sargons. That's a terrible Sargon. He's not that effete. It's sort of like that, but he's got a deeper voice. WCA, too soon. Go get daddy's belt. Go get daddy's sleepy time belt. Go get daddy's belt. Oh, you're talking about me telling them to go to go get daddy's value. Go get daddy's pillow. Daddy's tired. Go get daddy's trebuchet. Get in bed, kid. Yeah, man, it's 1:30 in the morning. We have church in the morning. These kids. Y'all are going to bed. I'm getting up. Pro Tile Secrets. Them damn Looper was released. Still haven't seen it. Looper was good. I'm actually a fan of Rian Johnson's work. And that's the funny thing. So did Rian Johnson steal your idea? I told this idea to one dude, and he was a producer. I'm trying to remember his name. He was a like a big name producer. I wouldn't be surprised if he's friends with Rian Johnson. But yeah, and he's like, well, I don't like stories where I mean, he liked the whole thing, but he didn't like the ending because he didn't like where the resolution was the person choosing not to do anything, right? Which I think he kind of missed the point. It was not doing anything. It was choosing to accept what was going to happen inevitably, it seemed to him, and rather than fighting it, spending those last moments with his wife. And that was the difference. It was more of a it was more like a Groundhog Day ending than just somebody not doing anything. But yeah, I'm That's in the trash. Looper came out, and it was way too similar. So I'm at work getting paid to watch Mike talk about coast-to-coast stuff. Good morning, Comic Gates Line. Yeah, but speaking of Ryan Johnson, I don't know if that's, it's such a thing called parallel development, because there's only so many stories that can be told. But The Brothers Bloom is a fantastic movie. The Brothers Bloom is great. And Brick, Rian Johnson's first movie on a shoestring budget, is great also. I mean, the dialogues, this so I don't know. I'm sure Ethan would disown me for saying so. Good morning, Comicsgate Alliance bros. Yeah, maybe JJ Looper's episode 8. That'd be funny. Rian Johnson stole your comic book store. No, it was actually a pitch for a movie. I wasn't pitching a comic book. I was pitching a producer for a movie. It also sounds a bit like Deadpool 2. Well, not really. Deadpool 2, like, didn't do that. Oh! Yeah. The cable part. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Rian Johnson. Dude, I can't say he stole it. I can't even go there, because it's like the parallel development happens all the time. So, and I don't even know if he knew the producer, and I don't think the producer was on the movie. So, go get Daddy's attorney. Don't feel bummed about not hitting Red Rooster numbers your first day. Uncle E was pimping Red Rooster for weeks before release. Mitch was pimping it on E's show for weeks too. Roundhead stole it. Y'all are mean. It's 1:36. Let's see where we're at. Let's see if we got anything recently. I know we're not going to hit 12,000 or 20,000, but hey, we are only 250 away from 19,000. So I don't know if you guys want to. James Chavis, Lone Star for the Troops. Oh, I already thanked you for that. And Sam Mosquera, Lone Star for the Troops. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And our troops will thank you when they're out in the field reading this wonderful, wonderful comic book that is in part dedicated to them. Good night, Moon. Good night, Saturn. Good night, Mark Wade. Johnny, I'd love to host a chat sometime, help you out sometime, but I'm not set up for that at the moment. ATM. I personally didn't, finger of scorn, I personally didn't even find out about Lone Star until like 2 days before the launch. Your Lone Star is going to come in strong by the end of the month. Thank you. I hope so. Facebook is really good for targeted promotion. Now we have another perspective on that. Good night, Lager. It's a lager. Lager. Is it the lager? Lone Star should drink a homemade brew. Yeah, he makes it in the bathtub. Your link doesn't go to Indiegogo now. I'm sure it does. LoneStarComic.com. Bippity bop, bippity boop. Maybe you're writing it wrong. LoneStarComicSingular.com. Works for me. Everybody else try it. It's too late to process information. It is. My information wiring is shut down for the night. Mike knows what he's doing. Come on, y'all. Get the sales up. Sketch covers now. Tequila tastes like old-fashioned lamp oil. I think tequila is old-fashioned lamp oil. Sleep on it. Sketch cover sounds great. I'd go for a Lone Star Classic costume. Saying, I'm like your slave has just triggered 2 million SJWs. Stop using a Commodore 64. So do you guys, what do you guys think of, like, because usually I will do a full figure sketch like at a convention, full figure for $400. A torso, like you're talking about getting the old costume. The old costume, if you wanted to see it, you'd have to get like a torso. And I usually charge $300 for torsos. I guess I could do 2 tiers on the sketch covers. I could do a like a bust sketch cover for, make it a little cheaper, like 150, and then do a torso sketch cover for 300. What do you guys think about that? Every time you purchase a copy of Lone Star, an SJW discovers their beard oil comes from blue whales. Oh, you should make a book of these, Matt. Okay, I'm back. Job. Okay, I'm back. Jojo and Hunter X Hunter are over. Yeah, Sargon is middle-class British. You need to go half Cockney, but take care to enunciate each word. Yes, I've never tried to do Sargon before this, but his voice is a little deeper. Not that deep. His voice is a little deeper. And he likes to say stupid quite a bit. Stupid. Are you stupid? He likes to swear a lot too, so I can't do that. Your avatar smells like cultural appropriation and bigotry. Get it? Like Nightcrawler in X-Men. I get it. I get it. That's good. Yes, I am appropriating my own culture, and I am bigoted against myself. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Why does... Oh my gosh, I gotta jump again. I freaking hate these jumps. Why does that sound familiar? Go to sleep, Mike. Don't burn out too quick. Your Looper story kind of reminds me of Next, which was a knockoff of a book called Blink. I liked Brick. I thought Brothers Bloom was Wes Anderson, though. No, Brothers Bloom was Rian Johnson. EVS hates Looper, too. Every time you purchase a copy of Lone Star, SJW develops a soy allergy. Hurry and support Lone Star. 249 to go till 19K. 249 to go. That is one slab of slabs. Somebody in here wants to buy 5 slabbed Lone Star covers, right? Come on now. Come on, we can do it before I go and fall asleep on my desk. Sorry about the sketch confusing. Most of us don't know the difference between a remark and a sketch, but for heaven's sake, update that $100 tier ASAP. $50 more for a small head sketch. Money in the bank. Yeah, I'll try to do it after I get off and then refresh it. So 2 tiers sounds good. Man, I have so many tiers now. It's crazy. I wanted to keep it kind of simple, but people keep asking for more tiers. I didn't eat enough carbs today, so I can't sleep. Just figure time versus price. Yeah. And that's the thing. I take time on my sketches, so it's like I don't want to do 1,000 of them. I'd take the money for doing 1,000 of them, but I don't want it to push back the production of Lone Star. Any thought on stretch goals? Maybe Lone Star Squadron Flight patch or the dog tags? The dog tags is definitely a contender. Patches might be cool. Stickers. I'd like to do some cool stickers. I want to get a designer to design them though. If I did that, because I'm not really a designer. You know, I'm more of an illustrator. So, oh, I'm almost done here. I'm almost done, but we're not almost done. I'm still $249 away. Can't any of you scrape together $249 so I can go to sleep? You should rename the remarked tier to head sketch to clear up any confusion. I can't rename it. It's already been purchased. Dog tags are a great idea. SJWs think money is racist because it's Centers. Get some sleep, brother. Like, I know, I look like I'm about to fall asleep, don't I? Patch of stickers tags. Yeah, patch equals dog tags equals sweet. Being on response, might have to push back delivery of individual sketch cover books. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good way to do it. Chris Riggio got cover B autographed, so that should put us a little bit closer. If a handful more of you, just a few of you, grab something, just for giggles. Just for giggles. I need $216. That is all. That's all I ask. Is it so much to ask? I give you all my time, all my love. You can't give me 216. Wouldn't it be funny if you passed out on stream and started drooling on your desk? No, because it would probably short out my computer, and then and then I couldn't do this for the rest of the time because I can't buy a new computer. I thought you were going to hide the remarked here and replace it with new $100. I will. Get off my back, man. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, you mean so I can rename it from remark to head sketch? Okay. Ah, jeez. More info. This is my little paper. Got my info. Rename HS. I need to put up stretch goals. Don't you put the stretch goals up after you reach the goal? Or no? It's too early for stretch goals because, I mean, seriously, I need to get up to like 60,000 just to pay my page rate so that I can survive off of this book. So any stretch goal would have to be like post 60 grand. And we're 18,784. We're not even close to it. More work. Do it now. You're gonna kill me. You're all gonna kill me. You're gonna need a bigger paper. Exactly. Sorry, Mike. I know you're sleepy. Every time you purchase a copy of Lone Star, an SJW's fart smells of privilege. Hey Ron, I'm about to peter out. I'm about to peter out. I was trying to get us up to 19,000 before I go to sleep, and we're $216 shy. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. I'm really. Oh my gosh, my eyes are red too. They only hurt because they care, Mike. Ethan will promote it more aggressively if you send him cake. There's some nightmare fuel to keep you up and balming. Possess is a thing. Loved ones can be turned into statues dressed any way that you want. Oh, that story. 26 hours in, looking good. Yeah, I can't complain. I just really wanted to hit 19 before I went to bed. Get a poke bowl and stay up. The problem is I do have church in the morning. So draw Ethan a sexy slave Rose Tico and he will plug your campaign like a telethon. Are you guys staying up for 24 hours? You'll wake up to 19.5 to 20K. You know, I went to sleep at 11K. No, 10K, I think, and woke up to 14K. So 4K while I was sleeping, that was nice. That'd be, if I did that tonight, I'd be freaking all kinds of giddy. But yeah, I mean, it's really slowed down today because I only did, well, I don't know. I guess it didn't really slow down. I don't know. In the beginning, we were doing about $1,000 an hour, and now we're down to considerably less. But you know, it's over 24 hours, so. You guys all just want me to get off so you can go to sleep. I see how you are. You're weak. You can't handle it. Man, even out of a Rose Tico's slave sketch tier for $100, he'd sell 1,000 copies just Dance. Imagine what it'll be when you wake up in the morning or after church. Yeah. You should have come to Yellow Flash with us when I was talking on the live stream. When was that? I kind of think you should have started this on Monday, starting late on a Friday. It's kind of a weird move. People usually get paid on Monday and Thursday, but people got paid on Fridays. Tag me and send me the link. Dude, I'm tapping out, man. I'm freaking... Lord will bless your work. Sure, thank you. He's tired. He's going to animate chibi on us. Tsunami. Sleep for no and we stay up till 4 a.m. That's when Tsunami is. Oh, yeah? I can keep typing all night. It's still early for me, Mike. Don't you call me weak. It's only 6:45 for me. 6:45. That's nap time. That's nap time, isn't it? Today it was me, Yellow Flash, Umbrella, Colonel Comics. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I should have gone in there. You should crash a bunch of Tug streams. He usually gets a few hundred people live. Huh. Let's keep typing. Are you just trying to keep me on here? No, nobody's buying. It's almost. All right, I'll stay on for 10 more minutes. It'll be 2 o'clock, and I really got to cut out at that point. So let's talk. Game of Thrones. Anyone have any Game of Thrones questions? Ask me a question about the Game of Thrones. Get Mark Waid to start crap with me. He's banned himself from social media. I could get Eric Larson to start crap with me. Watch Planet 9 from outer space because it's public domain. Then Corin Live almost died. Compton. Are you involved with Game of Thrones at all? I draw the covers for Game of Thrones comics. I thought I was going to watch Corin die. I have never seen Game of Thrones. Well, then you cannot ask me any questions of value. How's the finale end? Don't know. Haven't read it yet. Have you seen Stranger Things? Yeah, I love Stranger Things. That's in fact, I have a video with some of the kids. Some of the kids from Stranger Things did for my daughter. Let me see if I got it on my phone. Gallery. Yeah, okay. All right, check this out. These are the Stranger Things kids. Tell me if you can see it. They did this video for me at a con for my daughter.
Oh my gosh, you're awesome. Your dad told us everything about you. Yeah, we love you, and we hope we get to meet you.
I've never met you, but you're awesome. I just like everyone's awesome.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Big hug.
These kids are great. When the heck is winter going to get here already? It's a good question. Winter is coming. The stock words are always right. Winter is coming eventually. When will GRM get the next book out? I never ask him. Anytime I talk to him, that is one thing I will not ask because I know he gets it from everywhere else from people. He doesn't enjoy that question. Oh, you've never seen the comics for Game of Thrones, but you love the comic. Oh, you've never seen the comics, you love Game of Thrones. Have you seen Stranger? People are paid on Friday. It's just this kind of know-it-all attitude that makes people hate comics artists and their bubble. I get paid on Friday. When I'm working for DC, I'll get a notice on Thursday and then I'll get the money transferred to me on Friday. So is that a bubble? Who's your favorite Game of Thrones character? To draw. Okay. To draw. It's a good question. I don't know. I've drawn. Well, you know, I designed Dunk. He's not from Game of Thrones. He's from the prequel book, The Hedge Knight, the Sworn Sword, and the Mystery Knight. And I drew all of those, and I designed him. And I actually have a book somewhere here, George R.R. Martin's retrospective, which has like all of his other books like compiled in like a book that this thick. And he signed it to me, and he said, "To my the man who gave Dunk a face." So I'd say Dunk if you're counting that, but inside the actual Game of Thrones universe, do you like drawing Dany? Do you like drawing Dany? So maybe I'll go with her. You could roast a movie that is public domain like Yellow Fresh and Umbrella do. Definitely join them. Well, if they're going to do an MST 3000 thing, I might enjoy doing that. Mike, your kids are asleep. Perfect chance to lick the butter in the fridge. Oh man, we need butter. I didn't get any butter. I was just at the grocery store. Those kids are so adorable. They are, right? Those strangers, and that they were younger than in the latest season. That was a couple years ago. She must have been so happy when she saw the kids. Oh, she was elated. How many Game of Thrones covers did you draw? I drew one for each book that's ever come out. Each comic that ever came out has one of my covers on it. So I think that's 24 for the first series. And then I think I'm up to 14 on Clash of Kings. Which reminds me, I probably have to do another one pretty soon here. Except they just published number 11, so I think I have some time. Winter is coming. Yes, it was my funeral. Game of Thrones is not my cup of tea. Sorry. What if they do it in anime? Mike, you've done some Dragonlance artwork too, right? Yes, I did. I did Dragonlance Legend of Huma. I did the breakdowns on the pages, and a fantastic artist named Rail did the finishes. Boy, his finishes look so fantastic over my art. Wish I could have kept him. Let's see. The midget. You mean Tyrion? Tyrion's not really fun to draw because he's an ugly little bag fellow. Do you draw them from the TV show, or do you design the characters from scratch? I design them based on the descriptions in the books. Their particular faces, I'll just design. I'll draw whatever. It's funny. I try to draw Tyrion as John C. Reilly because he's kind of got that mashed up face, and I'm like, I think he'd make a good Tyrion, except for when you throw the beard and the hair and everything, it doesn't look like him anymore. But the mashed up face part, I got. I get George's response to the release dates. I write for fun, very, very poorly and slowly. And I hate when people ask me about my writing or when I'm going to publish. Yeah. You mean the giant dwarf from Thor? Yeah. Him. I love Dunk and Egg. I've read Knight of the Seven Kingdoms like 4 times since I bought it. It's second to Silmarillion on the books I've reread. You haven't gotten the graphic novels of them? We need to do another stream with Ethan and Mitch, but during a normal hour, like 9 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, that sounds good. I will. I hope. He was too traumatized after The Last Jedi, and it was late. Helping Mike with his grocery list. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and lick all the butter. Oh, we got 1 minute. I'm going to sleep whether we hit 19,000 or not, and I don't think we're going to do it. When I close my eyes, the room starts spinning. Well, that means you should go to sleep. No, sir, no graphic novels, but I promise you'll pick them up now that I know you were involved. Right on, right on. Do it. They're available on Amazon, so. Have a great Sunday, all of you. 9 p.m. Eastern is what? 2 in the afternoon for you? And with that, let us see what our final count for this nice, tiring evening is. Gosh, look at my face. 18,784, 282 contributions, 28 days to go, 125% funded. Thank you to everyone that's here. Thank you to everyone that has helped out. Please make sure, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Sign up for my email list. Share the link. I made the link really easy. Sorry, was a typo. I made the link really easy. It's LONESTARComicSingular.com. Lone Star Comics with an S is a comic book store. I should probably do something with them. That'd be funny. But so yeah, LoneStarComic.com. Share it everywhere. Pin it to the top of your whatever social media you have. Instagram, Pinterest, MySpace, Indiegogo. I'm so tired. I'm going to go to bed now. Love, peace, patience. God bless you. Aloha, mahalo, and shaka.